Good evening. This is the Sultanate of Oman television with 8:30 news. First, the headlines. His Majesty the Sultan gives an audience at Beit al-Barakah to His Excellency Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister of Qatar. His Majesty the Supreme Commander issues a royal pardon on a number of inmates convicted in different cases. And His Excellency the Minister of Health affirms that imposing a curfew is not beneficial as 327 new cases of COVID-19 are registered. And the Minister of Transport stresses that the aviation sector needs a long period to return to its former state. Good evening once again, and thank you for joining us live from this news center of the Sultanate of Oman television. Here we present to you the details. His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq gave an audience at Beit al-Barakah at noon today to His Excellency Sheikh Mohammed bin Abdul Rahman Al Thani, Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister of the State of Qatar. During the audience, His Excellency the Minister conveyed the greetings and best wishes of His Highness Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani, Amir of the State of Qatar, to His Majesty the Sultan of continuous health and happiness, and for the Omani people further progress and prosperity. His Majesty asked His Excellency to convey his greetings and best wishes to the Amir of State of Qatar of good health and welfare, and for Qatari people more development and well-being. They also discussed aspects of cooperation existing between the two countries in various fields and ways of enhancing them to achieve the joint interests of Omani and Qatari peoples, in addition to issues of common concern. It was attended from the Omani side by His Excellency Yusuf bin Alawi bin Abdullah, Minister responsible for Foreign Affairs, and from the Qatari side by His Excellency Ali Sharif Al-Imadi, Minister of Finance, His Excellency Sheikh Jassim bin Abdul Rahman Al Thani, Qatar's ambassador credited to the Sultanate, and the delegation accompanying His Excellency the guest. His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq has received a couple of thanks from His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa of Bahrain in reply to His Majesty's cable of condolences to the death of His Excellency Sheikh Isa bin Rashid Al Khalifa. His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq has sent a couple of greetings to His Excellency President Field Marshal Abdul Rabbu Mansour Hadi of Yemen on his country's National Day. His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq, the Supreme Commander, issued a royal pardon on a number of inmates convicted in different cases. The number of those honored by this royal pardon were 797 inmates, among which 301 inmates are foreigners. This royal pardon comes from His Majesty the Supreme Commander, coincides with the advent of the blessed Eid al-Fitr for 1441 Hijrah, and in consideration of the families of those inmates. His Excellency Dr. Ahmed bin Mohammed Al-Saidi, Minister of Health, affirmed during the 8th press conference of the Supreme Committee in charge of discussing mechanism to deal with developments resulting from the spread of COVID-19 that the number of cases of coronavirus infections increased during the month of Ramadan due to lack of social distancing, indicating that imposing a curfew is not beneficial. He added that the Sultanate's early preparation avoided dire consequences of the spread of COVID-19. If the social distancing of 2 meters applied, it is not required to wear masks. The most important goal of the Sultanate's government is to preserve the lives of citizens and residents. The experiences of several other countries with imposing curfews were studied and decided not to impose them due to their unsuccessful methods in preventing the spread of the virus. His Excellency Dr. Ahmed bin Mohammed Al Futaysi, Minister of Transport, stressed that the aviation sector needs a long period to return to its former state, explaining that a technical team is working on the obligations that must be provided when opening air traffic at Muscat International Airport. Noting that the beginning will be with domestic flights, he added that the ministry will not hesitate to close activities that do not comply with the application of health controls. Reopening public transportations will be gradual and with new controls. The ministry will continue to reopen activities to reduce economic burdens while monitoring the implementation of all health measures. The government did not face any crisis in achieving food security in the Sultanate during the spread of COVID-19. The percentage of handling goods and containers in the Sultanate increased by 23% during the first quarter of this year, despite the global logistics sector being significantly affected. From his side, His Excellency Sheikh Khalifa bin Ali Al Harthi and the Secretary of the Foreign Ministry for Diplomatic Affairs said that there is coordination between the ministry and a number of bodies concerned and some countries' embassies to assist in evacuating their citizens, correcting the legal condition of some workers and returning some Omanis abroad. He said that 25,000 expatriates departed the Sultanate during the last few weeks, mainly to India, Pakistan and Bangladesh, thanking these countries for their fruitful cooperation. He added that the ministry has also facilitated the departure of around 1,000 citizens from Tunisia, Iraq, Lebanon, Syria, Egypt, Turkey and Afghanistan. His Excellency Nasser bin Khamisa Sawai, the Attorney General, also stressed that the public prosecution has dealt with a number of cases since the outbreak of this pandemic. He said that 24 cases related to violation of home and institutional isolation and judgments were issued with regards to 10 cases. He pointed out that any person who goes to spread the disease, knowing that he is carrying the virus or as a result of his negligence of health instructions, will be legally held liable. He also stressed that publishing the names and data of violators is one of penalties. Brigadier Saeed bin Sulaiman Al-Asmi, Operations Director at the Royal Oman Police, said that there are a number of services provided by Royal Oman Police through its websites to facilitate the procedures related to vehicles. He added that the Royal Oman Police is already under pressure by public and private bodies by allowing the employees working in those sectors to enter the governorate of Muscat. He further said that there is also an increase in the commercial movement that is being allowed to enter the governorate. The Ministry of Health announced 327 new confirmed cases of COVID-19, which brings the total number registered in the Sultanate to 6,370, including 30 deaths. The Ministry of Health stresses that 1,821 cases have been recovered.
Non-compliance with the directives of the Supreme Committee dealing with coronavirus COVID-19 exposes you to risk and legal action. Stay safe.
Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. And now for the international news. The European Union's representative to the West Bank and Gaza today condemned plans by Israel to annex parts of the West Bank. Speaking after a meeting with the Palestinian Prime Minister Mohammed Shia in Ramallah, European Union Representative Sven Kuhn von Burgundorf said Israel's possible annexation would go against international law. Steyr said the annexation would destroy any chances of two-state solution sought by Palestinians in the region. Today's meeting comes just days after Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas announced he was scrapping all deals reached with Israel and the U.S. in opposition to annexation plans. Israel's Prime Minister has pledged to annex Jewish settlements in the West Bank with backing from the United States. The Palestinian claimed the entire West Bank captured by Israel in the 1967 Middle East War as the heartland of an independent state. The COVID-19 pandemic has killed at least 328,220 people worldwide since it surfaced in China late last year. There have been more than 5.01 million officially recorded cases in 196 countries and territories. The United States has recorded the most deaths at 93,439. It's followed by Britain with 35,704, that is in Britain, Italy with 32,330, France with 28,132, Spain with 27,888, while many hard-hit European countries have significantly turned the tide on new infections and fatalities. Latin America is in the grip of an infection surge. Brazil is leading the pack, loading the third highest number of cases in the world after the US and Russia. Russia's officials' coronavirus death toll rose to 3,099 today after officials said 127 people had died in the last 24 hours. Moscow's confirmed 2,913 new cases and 86 deaths. Peru, Mexico and Chile have also seen steady increases in infections, with nurses in Lima warning that the health system is on the brink of collapse after cases and deaths tripled over the past 3 weeks. Austrian Chancellor Sebastian Kurz said today that his country is preparing to cautiously open its doors for the summer tourist seasons while taking extra precautions to ensure the spread of the new coronavirus does not pick up again. Kurz made the announcement at a news conference saying that people from safe countries like Germany, where the coronavirus situation has stabilized, could count on holidays with maximum safety and maximum enjoyment this summer. Austria already has an agreement in place with Germany, Liechtenstein and Switzerland to open borders fully next month, and Kurz said he was optimistic similar understandings could be reached with Austria's eastern neighbors in the coming week. He said negotiations are also underway with the Austrian Airlines parent company Lufthansa to begin holiday flights. As part of the country's plan, distancing measures will be kept in place and hotel staffers will be tested regularly for the new virus to prevent them from becoming infected or spreading infections to others. Austria has reported 16,404 infections with 633 deaths. Wide swathes of the coasts of India and Bangladesh were flooded, and millions of people remained without power today after the most powerful cyclone to hit the region in more than a decade left dozens dead and a trail of destruction. When the storm made landfall yesterday, it lashed coastal areas in both India and Bangladesh with heavy rain, battering storm surge and sustained winds of 170 kilometers per hour and gusts of up to 190 kilometers per hour. It devastated coastal villages in both countries, knocking down mud houses, ripping out electricity poles and uprooting trees. Bangladesh reported 13 deaths, while 72 deaths were reported in India's West Bengal state. Hundreds of villages in Bangladesh were flooded by tidal surges, and more than 1 million people were without electricity. The ongoing coronavirus pandemic and social distancing measures had made mass evacuations ahead of the storm difficulty. Shelters were unable to run at a full capacity in many places, and some people were too scared of the risk of infection to mass there. You're watching the Sultanate of Oman television, and now to end this news bulletin, here are the main points once again. His Majesty the Sultan gives an audience at Beit al-Barakah to His Excellency Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister of Qatar. His Majesty the Supreme Commander issues a royal pardon on a number of inmates convicted in different cases. And His Excellency the Minister of Health affirms that imposing a curfew is not beneficial, as 327 new cases of COVID-19 are registered, and the Minister of Transport stresses that the aviation sector needs a long period to return to its former state. And with that, we do conclude this news bulletin brought to you live from this news center of the Sultanate of Oman Television. And in case, if you're wondering, that we do announce from time to time that you have to have a distancing, I'm here away about 20 meters from my colleagues. And as usual, I do carry my masks. So do remember, mask is very important if you're close to your colleagues for about 2 meters. Thank you for joining us. Stay safe and be healthy. Good night. It's me, Abdullah bin Ahmed al-Rubi'i, with my colleagues, and of course the director, Hilal bin Saif al-Shandudi. Good night.